Chill under the trees, sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling his tea, spilling and sipping his tea, spilling and sipping his tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under the tree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your line of the degree, shining bright. Set the stage, Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea, sip with me. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling 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 and sipping this tea.
We're gonna run it back, y'all. One more time, we gotta run it back.
It's your under the trees, sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under the degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your line of the degree, shining bright. Set the stage, Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea, sip with me. Spilling this tea,
smash that like, y'all.
spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling 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 and sipping this tea.
Hit that like for me, y'all. Hit the like for me, please. What's up, Diamond Gang? I'm back like I never left. Tonight, we're going to get into what's going on. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I feel like this war is far from over. Far from over. Iran got the new leader, Ayatollah. I guess that's how you pronounce it. His son, his wife passed away when they went after his father. This war is far from over. It is. Let me pull up my screen so we could get into it. Hold on, gang. I'm gonna get right in. I don't see none of my daggone mods in here. Be nice, y'all. Be nice. I don't see none of my mods in here. All right, let's get into it. Vance, this didn't go too well. This did not go too well.
But when people like Kamala Harris send our sons and daughters, our young people, to fight in stupid wars, it is the young generation that carries the burden of that. We're going to stop.
Vance is singing a whole different tune, y'all.
Sending our young people to faraway lands. We are not the policemen of the world. We need to use our young people.
We are not the policemen of the world.
Here at home. But if you're worried about the world spinning out of control, if you're worried about a military draft, if you're worried about, God forbid, a world war, the best way to prevent it is to vote for Donald Trump.
Ain't none of this going on. Now we about to get into why people believe this war is going on. We're going to get into some things that Trump is saying. We're going to get into the new leader of Iran. We're going to get into the prime minister. But more importantly, we're going to get into, did the U.S. bomb that school? I'm going to say, yeah. Trump is denying it. I want to see what y'all think. Let's go.
Trump has impulsively went in on Venezuela. He impulsively went in on Iran. There was no exit and no end game for either of these situations. It led to increased global instability everywhere he goes. And every time he's done that, it has been consistent with a spike or a revelation in what is happening with the Epstein files. I think that he feels existentially tied to it. And I actually think that it is one reason that he must be removed from office.
I hate reducing something of this.
Diamond Gang, I apologize. The next clip coming up, I had to mute it because it had music in it, but I'll go past that. But it has some good words in there.
Level of import to he's really freaked out because he's mentioned in the Epstein files tens of thousands of times and feels like the walls are closing in. But that man is such a cornered rat.
I do think in every meeting, on every conversation and every major initiative, a big question is, how do we potentially keep Epstein out of the news cycle for another, whatever it is, another 34 months until the next election? Because when the onion gets peeled back, it just gets worse and worse and worse. Now, do you think he actually went to war to keep Epstein out of the news cycle? I don't know.
I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I don't believe it. I do not believe it was because of the Epstein files at all. What up, EJ?
Oh, that's a lot even for Trump, but I think it's a free gift with purchase here. My thesis all along has been the following. There are 2 or 3 very smart people in a room constantly querying every LLM. What can we do to keep Epstein out of the news? And ideas, policy programs, tweets on True Social, insults. I think they are monitoring how much Epstein is in the news, especially links to Trump. And then they are saying,
I'm going to tell y'all right now, Trump is crashing out right before our eyes. He cussed out another reporter today. He's crashing. This war is not going as he's saying it is.
And whenever it gets above a certain temperature, they're like, oh,
we got to dodge.
Call Taylor Swift a name or something, or say you're going to raise tariffs on Spain 50%. Like, just suppress, keep it out of the news.
Listen, every president, from when I joined the CIA, George H.W. Bush had just become president.
Pay attention to this. I want y'all to pay attention to this. There is reasons why the presidents previously did not strike.
The Israelis asked us to bomb Iran. Every single president. No matter who the prime minister of Israel happens to be, you got to bomb Iran. You got to bomb Iran. You got to bomb Iran. And every single president said, no, we're not bombing Iran. We would never bomb Iran. Because our position was that would be the start of World War III. The reason, though, I'm told, that Donald Trump decided to bomb Iran.
Diamond Gang, welcome to World War III. This is not over by a long shot.
Iran was that the Israelis said, for the first time, if you don't bomb Iran to take out these deep bunkers, we're going to use nuclear weapons. And they had never threatened that before. And so Trump said, bombing Iran.
This is another reason, Diamond Gang, pay attention.
Iran might actually save us from the start of World War III if it keeps.
Oh, no, I got a playback error. Hold on. Let me back it up. I apologize. It did this yesterday. Hold on, gang. All I got to do is restart it. Here we go. Sorry, guys. And that was a good one right there. This is the part that's muted, and I'm so mad because this was so good. On to the next.
Let's talk about the war in Iran. What are you hearing from your constituents in Texas about how they feel about this war that's happening right now?
Well, as a millennial, I saw how military disasters like the Iraq War robbed this nation of young lives, of billions of dollars, of our moral standing in the world. And I worry that our current leaders are repeating those same mistakes. I was in Sand Branch, Texas, which is a community south of Dallas that doesn't have running water. It doesn't have basic sewer.
We got so many problems right now at home. It's ridiculous. But we're taking care of a whole nother country.
Infrastructure. So every dollar we spend bombing people in the Middle East is a dollar we're not spending in Sand Branch, Texas, or in our communities here at home. We're always told that we don't have enough money for schools or for healthcare or for our veterans, but there's always
that particularly veterans. And this is sad, but we sending troops out.
enough money to bomb people on the other side of the world. And so we can support the democracy movement in Iran. We can prevent Iran from getting a nuclear weapon, all without bombing innocent school children or sending our American troops off to die on the other side of the world.
Representative, but are the leaders in your party, specifically Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, bringing that message home to the Republicans, to the president?
I don't know. All I know is what's happening in Texas, and people across the political spectrum are deeply worried about another forever war in the Middle East.
And that's what they saying. By us getting into war with the Middle East, it's going to turn into a forever war. A forever war, Diamond Gang.
And especially
don't believe the hype. This is far from over. Far from over.
Young people who are seeing not only gas prices rise, but they're seeing this affordability crisis that continues to go unaddressed by our leaders in Washington. And so I think a lot of us are mystified that we're starting another forever war instead of focusing on lowering costs for working people.
This is not going to be nothing like Desert Storm. Let's go.
Varying versions of how and why the war started when it did. Some normally enthusiastic supporters of the president have criticized him, suggesting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu pulled the U.S. into a war that, to their minds, did not put American interests first.
Do you want to address that criticism?
All I know is I'm in the room every day, and I see how President Trump operates and what he's putting first, and it's America, Americans, and American
And this is their reasoning. This is their reasoning.
Interests.
It has been said that the Israelis, through Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister, provided on February 23rd.
And he's talking about if he don't like who they have selected, it's going to be problems.
Third, key information about intelligence they had developed about the likely whereabouts of Ali Khamenei and many in his inner circle. That the U.S. then checked it out through the CIA, confirmed that, and that was an opportunity that presented itself to the president. And that is the precipitating factor for this war. That's the way it's been reported. Is that accurate, Mr. Secretary?
President Trump's approach has been our interest in advancing those interests from the beginning. And
who believes that Trump is this is about the people? This is not about the people. It's not.
And so the fact that intelligence was gathered, whether from Israelis or ours, and always checked by our intel agencies to make sure it's accurate. A lot of times the best way to start operations is a trigger-based or condition-based moment. And you can work together on whether that makes sense. But we were always controlling the throttle about whether or not to go or not go, and ultimately to advance American interests and protect American lives.
Some might look at that sequence of events and say, well, that it was an opportunity more.
From my understanding, there was no threat. There was no threats.
An imminent threat.
I mean, I think much of that discussion is silly and academic. They've been killing us for 48 years, 47 years. They have unabated nuclear ambitions. And when we obliterated their nuclear program at the end of the 12-day war,
we didn't even destroy all of their programs. I heard that there's so much more, and we'll get into that as well.
Operation Midnight Hammer. They should have come to the table and said, okay, we get it. You mean business. We're not going to have nukes. And they haven't. And as a result, when the president looks at it, generationally, he sees a threat that would continue to gather.
Despite the administration's claim that it obliterated Iran's nuclear infrastructure in June, international
They're
monitors
saying no, they didn't. I'm telling y'all. I'm going to show y'all. They did not.
estimate that Iran still has more than 970 pounds of nearly bomb-grade uranium.
Did y'all hear that? So they didn't. I'm going to take that back just a tiny bit. Listen, they didn't.
Threat that would continue to gather.
Despite the administration's claim that it obliterated Iran's nuclear infrastructure in June, international monitors estimate that Iran still has more than 970 pounds of nearly
970 pounds still.
Bomb-grade uranium.
Had we not done the B-2 raid, and have we not done this one where we said, nope, it's time to go in, we have to go in, have no choice.
Now, this is Trump telling us why he did what he did.
Number one, if we didn't go in, they would have come in after us, because I see the Democrats trying to justify it, and they're failing because the voter on the street.
They said they had no proof that this was going to happen to us, but okay.
Street is saying it. You got to be kidding. But I see where they're going. Where they're always saying, no, there was no reason. Well,
can y'all please just hit the like? That's all I'm asking for is a like, please, and thank you.
I'll give you the best reason of all. Within a week, if they were going to attack us, 100%. They were ready. They had all these missiles, far more than anyone thought.
He said within a week. Intelligence said there was no proof of that. None.
And they were going to attack us. But they were going to attack all of the Middle East and Israel. And if they had a nuclear weapon, they would have used it on Israel. And this was going to be a major attack. And they had all of those missile sites and all those launchers that we got rid of, about 80% of them right now, by the way. Got rid of most of the, see, it's died down to a trickle.
Please hit the like, y'all, please.
There are very few launchers left. What our military has done is amazing.
And stick around, because I want y'all to be the judge of whether or not we bombed that school.
They wiped out almost 20%, maybe 22, 23%, but the rest are going very quickly. And the missiles have been largely knocked out. The drones have been knocked down, and we're hitting where they make the drones. We know them all, and we're knocking the hell out of that now where they manufacture the drones.
Bernie Sanders said he's a pathological liar. I kid you not.
Just spoke with President Trump a short time ago. He is right now in Florida. I asked him.
Now listen, this is him saying that this war is going to end soon. Thanks, guys, for hitting a like, the ones that did. Thank you.
What percentage of the war he thinks is over. And he said that he thinks the war is very complete, pretty much. You may remember that when he first.
I'm telling y'all, it's not. That man is going to avenge his father's death. He's going to avenge his wife's death. They are over there excited that he is now the leader. Although he's been in the background, but he played a big part in his father's life, and we're going to go into that as well.
Launched the strikes against Iran. He estimated that it would last about 4 to 5 weeks, and he said that the U.S. is very ahead of that schedule. I said, it sounds like the war could wrap up soon. The president said that he doesn't know. He said, it depends.
That's what I'm saying. You said it's going to wrap up soon, to now you don't know.
And wrapping up the war is all in his mind and nobody else's. We also talked about Iran's new supreme leader.
We're going to get into this leader. He's nothing to play with. He's just like his father.
Because the president has been very vocal about the fact that he does not support.
This is the son that his father didn't want to step up.
This choice. It is the son of the former Ayatollah who was killed in the strikes. The president said he had no message whatsoever for the supreme leader. And I asked him, if it wasn't going to be him, do you have somebody else in mind? And the president said,
Trump don't want it to be him.
Yes, he does. But he wouldn't say whether he has spoken to this person or not. And certainly,
to me, this is going to be another reason why it's not over, because it's not who Trump chose.
didn't identify who he's thinking of. He also talked about the Strait of Hormuz. And remember, this is in the news a lot right now because crude oil has to go through that strait to get
ready, y'all. Gas is getting ready to get even higher.
To especially countries in Asia. Many ships are being blocked from getting through there. The president noted that ships are getting through, but he also added that he is thinking about taking it over. And he had a warning for Iran. He said that they have shot everything that they have to shoot. And they
swear they are blowing up everything, anything that got anything to do with gas.
They better not try anything cute, he said, or it's going to be the end of that country. He really stressed that if they did anything, quote, bad, it would be the end of Iran and you would never hear the name again.
Donald Trump right there. It's because of threats like that. Threats like that. We'll never hear about that country. It'll never be another Iran again. And all that is that.
Is panicking as his war against Iran is spiraling out of control right now.
Pay attention. He said our president is crashing out, is spiraling out of control. Take it back. Let me take it back. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like, please. Hit the like.
Ron, he said that they have shot everything that they have to shoot. And they better not try anything cute, he said, or it's going to be the end of that country. He really stressed that if they did anything, quote, bad, it would be the end of Iran and you would never hear the name again.
Donald Trump is panicking as his war against Iran is spiraling out of control right now in Tehran. There are massive crowds actually welcoming the selection of the new Ayatollah.
They was cheering, screaming, partying. They've been up for since he's been elected in.
And condemning the United States. They're out in the street there. So if this is what Donald Trump wanted to provoke right here, well, look what you've done, Donald. Look at what's going on right here in the Revolutionary Square in Tehran right now against Trump's war. So you can see it for yourself.
Gang, Diamond Gang, please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please. It's just a like. I'm not asking for a super chat, super sticker, none of that. Cash apps. I don't do that over here. I just want to like.
Here, play this clip.
Look at that. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. Look at that.
And this, as we've learned, that the U.S. has intercepted encrypted communication believed to have been originated in Iran that may serve as an...
And y'all, guess what? I got something else for y'all, too. They have some military people. There was an operation. I'm going to show you guys. But they have them. It's not even out just yet. It's not even out just yet. Just stick around.
Operational trigger for sleeper assets outside the country, according to a federal government alert sent to law enforcement agencies. Iran may be activating sleeper terrorist cells in retaliation for Donald Trump's invasion. But folks, the Trump kids are loving this. Donald Trump's son.
Their kids, Trump's kids is making money off of this, y'all. They're making money off this shit. Listen, his sons is making money off of this.
Are backing a new drone company, as the Wall Street Journal exclusively reports, targeting Pentagon sales. It's a company called Powerus, startup, 50 employees. And as the U.S. is now asking Zelensky for help with how they've dealt with drones in Ukraine, it looks like the Trump kids want to get in on that action too, maybe take some of that technology, maybe make some profit off of it as well. Don't you see that that's what this is all about right there? And they will screw over Zelensky yet again. But the Trump kids, boom, war, let's make a ton of money right now.
They making money up off this war. This is insane. Let's go.
While the American people are suffering, while our markets are tanking, while the price...
Make sure y'all stay in here. They got American troops as hostages. It's not out just yet, but I'm going to show y'all. They got them as hostages right now.
Of oil is absolutely surging right now. They've now joined a drone company after doing Bitcoin companies. I mean, so pathetic. What is Donald Trump posting about this morning while this is all taking place? By the way, while Bahrain's top oil company just declared a force majeure in order to terminate some of its contractual obligations because
Get ready. We can be paying $1 million for a gallon of gas. What's up? We beat you.
Its facilities are under attack. Bahrain's state oil company declared force majeure following an Iranian attack that said its only refinery.
It's so bad that they can't even keep up with their clientele. They can't.
Ablaze. You can see right there the Bahrain Petroleum Company, BAPCO, near its capital in Manama right there. You see under attack and they're not able to fulfill any of their contracts. But here's what Trump's posting. This is all by design to make Trump and Republicans look bad for the midterm elections.
Come on, man. This is crazy. You start the war and you say it's all by design. Let's go.
That's what this is all about. America needs to clean house from these leftist agitators. All they do is create havoc in America. They proved it with Biden's disaster for years. Enough. That's what Donald Trump is posting this morning.
Did the United States bomb a girls' elementary school?
Now we getting ready to get into this elementary school. I need y'all to hit the like. I need y'all to hit the like. I got proof that it was the U.S. that bombed.
Southern Iran on the first day of the war and kill 175 people?
In my opinion, based on what I've seen, that was done by Iran.
Is that true, Mr. Higson?
There you go. He lied, y'all. He said it was done by Iran. Pay attention, gang. Let's go.
It was Iran who did that?
We're certainly investigating.
Now it's
the only side that targets civilians
He said we're investigating. Trump said it was Iran.
is Iran.
We think it was done. We think it was done by Iran. Because they're very inaccurate, as you know, with their munitions. They have no accuracy whatsoever. It was done by Iran.
We have some news right now. Some of Donald Trump's top supporters, including those at Fox News, are demanding that the United States government fess up and tell the truth about the school bombing in Iran. Trump says Iran's responsible, but every other analysis says the United States was responsible.
And guess what? I got an analysis. We're going to watch it in slow motion. Let's go. Hit the like.
And now you have Laura Ingraham, one of Donald Trump's key supporters on Fox News, saying, quote, re-upping what I said last week, administration must wrap its investigation and address it head on. Horrible unintended tragedy of this war. She's not the only one. That's Megyn Kelly. Yes, Megyn Kelly's been a critic of the war, but she's not a critic of Trump generally. And she says, seconded. They're talking about a strike in Iran that killed 175 people, many of whom were children at an all-girls elementary school. And when you have some of Donald Trump...
That was the saddest thing I ever seen in my life. Them parents going to identify their kids in body bags in a mass grave, looking through their school supplies.
Top allies coming out and saying, the administration needs to fess up. You know it's not great for this White House right now. In any event, let me know what you think in the comments below. Spread the word and follow along, stay up to date on all the news you need to know about.
You were asked earlier in the week about this girls' school. You said the U.S. was investigating it. Have you made any conclusions about whether or not the United States, inadvertently or not, was involved in any military strike at that school?
Well, we're still investigating, and that's where
All right, he said we're still investigating, but Trump said it was Iran. Now, which one is it? Huh? Investigation or is it Iran? Okay. We're going to hear from their prime minister, too. He calls Trump a clown. Let's go.
leave it today. But what I will emphasize to you and to the world is that unlike our adversaries, the Iranians, we never target civilians.
There was a report late in the week from two officials that it was likely U.S. involvement. Is that report false?
I've already said we're investigating.
If you could tell the American public it definitively was not us, you would tell us, wouldn't you?
I would say that it's being investigated, which is the only answer I'm prepared to give.
Okay, let's go. Now, this is their prime minister, okay? All he said was we're investigating. Now let's hear from their prime minister. And it makes sense what he's saying. Let's go.
Let's move to the strike on the elementary school in southern Iran. It killed more than 170 people, including many children. President Trump said Iran is responsible for that strike. What is your response to what the president said?
Well, it is funny. It is our school. These are our students, our girls, and they are attacked by an American fighter, a jet fighter, and they have been killed. Why Iran is responsible? Have we started this war? Have we attacked our own people? No, we were negotiating with the United States. And in the middle of negotiations, in the middle of diplomacy, they decided to attack us.
And I showed y'all that when I did the live on the war when it first began. They were in negotiations, gang. They were in negotiations.
And they have attacked so many places, including schools and hospitals. And there are all evidences that this school is attacked by an American, jet fighter.
Where is the Iranian evidence that this was a U.S. attack, a jet fighter, as you say? Will you provide
If it was not U.S., then who was that? Maybe Israelis. But it is obvious who else is attacking us.
Appears to show a U.S. airstrike.
Y'all ready to see it? They getting ready to show us right now. New video suggests the U.S. is responsible for Iran school strike. We're going to look at this video closely. Let's go, Diamond Gang. Hit the likes, man. Hit the like, gang. That's it. That's all I want is a like. I want my likes to match my views. Let's go.
Targeting a building at the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps base adjacent to the elementary school. I just want to play that. The video posted by a semi-official Iranian news agency is the first to show missiles striking the area. A weapons expert told CNN the munition in the video is consistent with the U.S. Tomahawk.
Y'all hear that? It's consistent with the U.S. Tomahawk. Man, let me run that back, Diamond Gang. Hit the like. Hit the like. Let's go.
Will you provide
If it was not U.S., then who was that? Maybe Israelis. But it is obvious who else is attacking us.
Appears to show a U.S. airstrike targeting a building at the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps base adjacent to the elementary school. I just want to play that.
Yeah.
The video posted by a semi-official Iranian news agency is the first to show missiles striking the area. A weapons expert told CNN the munition in the video is consistent with the U.S. Tomahawk. The Department of Defense did not immediately respond to questions about the use of a Tomahawk missile, but we do know that the U.S. Navy employs Tomahawks, launching them from its surface ships and submarines.
There go y'all proof right there. There go y'all proof right there. Hit the like, man. Hit the like for your girl.
As you heard from James, our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, spoke with President Trump earlier today before we learned about the death of another U.S. service member. But they did discuss the casualties of war. Mary, tell us more about that conversation.
And Lindsay, I asked the president if witnessing those dignified transfers.
Listen to what Trump got to say. This blew my mind.
Of 6 of the Americans killed in this war gave him any pause about this operation, but the president was steadfast, telling me, quote, no, not at all. In fact, he said that the parents of the fallen who he met with yesterday would be upset if he did that, adding that they all told him to, quote, please win this for my child. I also asked the president.
Hey, stop that. I did not hear nobody's parents say win this for my child. Why is he doing this? Why is he speaking for the parents of those soldiers that lost their lives? Why? I didn't hear no parents say that.
President about those reports that the Iranians are getting close to naming their next supreme leader. And Trump told me that any new Iranian leader, whomever it is, has to be someone that he personally approves of. And that, quote, if he doesn't get approval from us, he's not going to last long.
Did you hear that? So he said if he don't get approval by Trump, he's not going to last long. He does not like who has been chosen, which is the son of Ayatollah. He don't like him. So if you guys think this war is over, it's far from over.
I asked the president if he would be willing to work with someone who has ties to the regime. And he told me, quote, I would in order to choose a good leader. And he said there are many people who would qualify. But Lindsay, he wouldn't name names.
Mary Bruce.
So that's it right there. He said he don't like that guy at all.
From the White House. Thank you.
The world respects us right now more than they have ever respected us before.
Now, I got a few clips from today and him again saying that the war is close to being over. Let's go.
And because of Republicans, you people in Congress, the United States has by far the strongest and most powerful military on the face of the earth. We're the strongest military anywhere in the earth. And now everybody understands it. Together
This is all about ego. All about ego.
with our Israeli partners, we're crushing the enemy in an overwhelming display of technical skill and military force.
Thank you, Mr. President. On Iran, you called it an excursion. You said it would be over soon. Are you thinking this week it will be over?
No,
Are you talking
but soon.
about days?
I think soon.
Okay, and with respect
Very
to
soon. Look, everything they have is gone, including their leadership. In fact, there are two levels of leadership.
That is not true. That son is just as, he's his father all over again.
And even actually, as it turns out, more than that. But two levels of leadership are gone. Most people have never even heard about the leaders that they're talking about. So it's obviously been very, very powerful, very effective.
Breaking news.
Y'all
Iran
ready?
says they have taken 100.
Y'all about to hear about these soldiers. Y'all about to hear. Okay, let's go. Please hit the like. They got them hostage.
And 73 prisoners from the U.S. military Delta Force.
173 prisoners. This is not even in the news right now. I need y'all to hit the like. I'm going to take it back again. Hit the like, please.
Everything they have is gone, including their leadership. In fact, there are two levels of leadership, and even actually, as it turns out, more than that. But two levels of leadership are gone. Most people have never even heard about the leaders that they're talking about. So it's obviously been very, very powerful, very effective.
Breaking news. Iran says they have taken 173 prisoners from the U.S. military Delta Force. But at this time, it cannot be confirmed. And the USA is denying it even happened. But according to Iran, the United States tried a military landing that ended in a catastrophic failure, and they were surrounded by IRGC fighters who then took them as prisoners. As I said, we'll wait for further confirmation.
This is not even in the news yet. I need y'all to hit the like. 173 soldiers.
Also, the regime change that Trump ordered has been finalized. They replaced Khamenei with Khamenei, the son of the previous supreme leader who was murdered by Israel and the USA. So now with Trump's and Nathan.
And when it come out, I'm going to need y'all to come back to this live stream and leave a comment and say, yep, Yolanda the Great, you told us.
Netanyahu's grand plan, they replaced the leader with a new one whose father, mother, sister, wife, child, and in-laws were all murdered in the strike on Ali Khamenei. I wonder what kind of repercussions that might bring and if he will show any tolerance to.
Didn't I tell y'all he was going to avenge the death of his family members? He had multiple family members die.
American and Israeli goals. I doubt it. Last night, he made it rain in Tel Aviv and Haifa with a bombardment I have never seen before in Israel, causing major damage. Foreign Minister of Iran, Arakshi, was interviewed by NBC News today, and when asked about a ceasefire, he said, "We are not looking for a temporary ceasefire so they can reload and rearm."
Y'all hear that? This is why I say it's far from over. They're not looking for that. Trump is trying to make them bow down, and they said no, they're not doing it. Let's go.
We want a permanent end to the war, so no pauses in the fight unless it's permanent. The Strait of Hormuz is still closed. Oil prices have doubled since the start of the war, and Kuwait has stopped oil production altogether.
I told y'all, we about to pay $1 million for a gallon of gas.
And don't get me started on Trump telling Fox News today that these ships should go through the Strait of Hormuz and show some guts. There's nothing to be afraid of. Tell Trump to go on those ships and guide them, as if a civilian wants to risk their life to ship oil for big corporations. And you know what? Why don't those CEOs go on those ships? Israelis are still in shelters, but they are not dancing anymore. I wonder why. And Lindsey Graham was on Fox News yesterday and said about Iran, and I quote, "You just wait and see what comes in the next 2 weeks. We're going to blow the hell out of these people." This guy in our country are straight up warmongers and mass murderers. Again, this sounds like a nuclear threat coming from the West. First, we had Netanyahu saying everyone will die. Now Lindsey Graham telling us this. And then I read today that America deployed a plane they call the Doomsday Plane to the Middle East.
Y'all hear that? This is far from over. Don't believe the hype, y'all. Please don't. This is not over. We're not even close. We might be in a forever war.
Plane serves as an airborne command and communication relay designed for nuclear war. Why is he sending this there? You tell me.
The Islamic Republic of Iran has.
Now we getting ready to get into the new supreme leader. He was chosen. It was by, I think, 80 men.
As a new supreme leader, Sayed Mujtaba Khamenei, who is the second eldest son of Iran's late supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who, of course, was killed in an airstrike here in Tehran a little over a week.
And these next few clips is just showing y'all his credentials, who he is, his lifestyle. He's a quiet dude, but he's just like his dad.
Week ago. Now, Mujtaba Khamenei is someone who is considered ideologically, politically, and religiously to be more of a hardliner than a moderate, but he certainly does have the respect of Iran's security forces, specifically of the powerful Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, which is, of course, the
so he's part of the military gang.
Elite wing of Iran's armed forces. Mujtaba Khamenei is 56 years old. He was born in Mashhad, which is the holiest city here in Iran, and he received his religious training in Qom, which is also one of the most holy cities here in this country. So he certainly has the religious credentials to take the reins of the Islamic Republic. Now, he takes those reins in a very difficult time, as of course the combat operations between Iran and Israel and the United States continue. We're seeing airstrikes here in the Iranian capital.
Y'all see that? You see that? Airstrikes? This is crazy.
At a very high pace. But the Iranians are also saying that at this point in time, they don't want a ceasefire with the U.S.
Again, they don't want a ceasefire with the U.S. This is far from over.
And they also want to avenge the killing of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. So in that
I told y'all that not only his father, but his wife.
In that regard, he is considered, Mujtaba Khamenei, to be potentially a very strong leader to continue the policies of his late father.
Iran now has a new supreme leader, Mujtaba Khamenei. He's the son of the former supreme leader, the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who was killed by an airstrike at the outset of the war with Israel and the US. Now, on the face of it at least, this looks like continuity. The new younger Khamenei was chosen by Iran's Assembly of Experts. That's a group of 88 male theologians.
Sorry, I said 80. A group of 88 selected him. Sorry.
He's in his 50s. He apparently previously served in Iran's military and is said to be close to Iran's powerful revolutionary guards. He has the requisite theological background, and although until now he's been kind of a shadowy figure, according to some reports, he previously served as a gatekeeper to his father.
A gatekeeper. That's another thing. So he knew everything. He was right beside his father. So it's just him, his father, all over again, y'all.
Now, what we have to remember, though, is that the Iranian regime has an interest in making this look like continuity, like strength, like business as usual, primarily for a domestic audience, because the Iranian regime is profoundly weakened, not just by this war with Israel and the US, but by previous mass protests and a dysfunctional economy. What we don't know is how much of a power base the younger Khamenei has in his own right, or whether there are others in the Iranian regime who are pulling the strings, or at least some of the strings.
I think he is. I don't think that if he was his father's right-hand man, I don't think that there's nobody else more powerful than he is.
And then the background to this is that we still don't know what President Trump's end game is in this conflict. For instance, does he just want an Iranian leader with whom he can very quickly do an advantageous deal on Iran's nuclear program and ballistic missiles? Or does he want an end to the Islamic Republic?
I think he wants both. That's what I think. I think that's what his end game is. He wants both, not one or the other. He wants both.
On Sunday, speaking about a new Iranian leader, President Trump said, quote, if he doesn't get approval from us, he's not going to last long. And even before the selection of the new supreme leader, Israel had threatened to target any new Iranian leader. All in all, this doesn't look like a very secure job.
Told y'all, this is not over. This is the last clip I got. Then I'm going to go to the chat and I'm going to take some comments.
Listen carefully to this.
Now, these are individuals that's after him, and I'm thinking Israel.
These are Iranians shouting death to Mujtaba from the rooftops. It happened just hours after Mujtaba Khamenei was named Iran's new supreme leader. So who is Mujtaba Khamenei? He's the 57-year-old son of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the man who ruled Iran for nearly 4 decades before being killed in the opening hours of the US-Israeli war with Iran. And that strike didn't just kill the supreme leader. It reportedly killed several members of the Khamenei family, including Mujtaba's wife, Zahra, making this war deeply personal for him. Yet even in the chaos of losing its most powerful figure, the Islamic Republic moved quickly. Mujtaba was chosen by the Assembly of Experts. Now, this is a clerical body responsible for selecting the supreme leader, signaling that the system is not only intact, but that the regime's core institutions are still functioning. Now, here's what's significant about Mujtaba. He's long been one of the most powerful but least visible figures inside Iran.
I told y'all, very quiet guy, very laid back. That's why they saying the least visible.
He rarely appears in public, has never held elected office, and has never delivered a major public speech. Instead, he operated largely behind the scenes, inside his father's office, coordinating military and intelligence affairs.
Again, military and intelligence affairs. So he knows it all. He knows it all. He knows everything about his father, everything that's going on, his father's secrets.
He also already carries at least some of the religious credentials expected of a senior cleric, and in a theocracy like Iran, that matters. But Mujtaba's real power doesn't come from the seminary. It comes from the security establishment, because for decades, he built deep ties with the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, the force that ultimately protects the regime.
So he's heavily military.
So to many Iranians, Mujtaba doesn't represent change. He represents more of the same. And maybe even worse.
Y'all hear that? More of the same or even worse.
There's also this. Ayatollah Khamenei reportedly told advisors he did not want his son to succeed him, fearing.
I told y'all that in the beginning of this live. His dad did not want him in place of him. So, but they did it anyway. So we'll see what happens.
The role would begin to look hereditary. After all, Iran's 1979 revolution overthrew a monarchy. Yet in the middle of the war, the system has now elevated the son of the previous ruler, something that looks remarkably close to dynastic succession. Now, President Trump has already dismissed Mujtaba as a lightweight, and Israeli.
Trump is dismissing him as a lightweight. You can't sleep on those quiet ones, Trump. I'm telling you, those be the ones.
And U.S. officials have made clear that Iran's leadership remains a legitimate target in this conflict, which means Mujtaba Khamenei now takes power with an enormous target on his back, and the size of that target may depend on what he says next. In his first statement or speech as supreme leader, does he signal an opening towards de-escalation with Washington, or does he echo the hardline anti-American and anti-Israel rhetoric that defined his father's rule? If it's
I think he's going to go with his father's rule. He's not,
It's the latter, then this devastating war, now in its second week, is far likely to continue.
Bingo. Bam. Diamond Gang. That is crazy. So I'm going to take some comments in the chat. Who think this is over? It's close to being over. If you think it's close to being over, the chat. I just want to see, please, after I showed you guys what I showed you. All right, let me go through some of these comments. Trump tells lies. Yeah, he do. Oh, let me take this off. Sorry. Let me stop this. Sorry. All right. So you said, wow, that's wow. Hold on. Let me get to the comments. That would be called misinformation. What would be called misinformation? You said, yeah, Iran won't stop. Yeah, it's I don't think that I think that we just entered our forever war. Really. Let's see. A spiritual leader in Iran equals a president in the US. Simplicity. I like the way you said that. You said, oh, so he's wild. S-H-I-T. You can't cuss in here. Okay. Nobody's, would you say nobody likes Diaper Dawn? Who's that, Trump? You calling Trump Diaper Dawn? Hold on. Let me read a couple more. Thanks everybody, for hitting a like, coming through, showing some love. Here, let me read this. Misinformation that's posted on X made up. It's not made up. It's not made up. You heard it out your own president's mouth. Let's see. Thank you. Okay. It will bring, hold on, let me read this comment. It will bring in Russia and China on Iran's side. Yeah. Although other countries are trying to avoid it, but we'll see what happens. We'll see. Well, Diamond Gang, please, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I go live at least 3 to 4 times a week. This is an open platform. All opinions are respected and will be respected. You just can't be disrespectful. That's all I asked. I do drop the link. If you want to come up, add to the conversation, bring up something that I may not have brought up, you're more than welcome to do that. You said they've been sharing intelligence. Hold on, let me see. Let's see. Russia and China is already in. Yeah. Yeah. Russia, for real. They really are. You said, yeah, that's catchy. Sweet Chili said they've been sharing intelligence. Yeah. Yep. I normally go anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. Thank you, Tracy. Now you got me cheesing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. But like I said, I go live at least 3, 4, maybe sometimes 5 times a week. Like I said, this is a platform for you to be able to speak and what you feel with no judgment. You might not agree. Thank you. You may not agree with what I'm saying, and that's okay. You have a right to disagree. A lot of times I get a little hype. I might be passionate, but trust me, I mean no harm. I don't. I love people. I mean no harm at all. So make sure you guys subscribe. He dragged 17 nations into this stupid war to keep himself and BB out of prison. Chris, thank you, boo. Yes, Chris, I'm with you on that one. Thank you, EJ. Okay, let's see what you say. The question would be how the U.S. is going to pull out of this war with minimum reputation damage. I don't know. This is a hard one because it's like now we're in it. You know what I mean? That stuff with the little girl's school was horrible. Why lie? Just it is what it is, and I hate to say it that way, but I think when you tell the truth, you're more respected. That's all I'm saying. Tell the truth, apologize, and move on. Stop lying. Hold on. Yeah, please, guys, please like, share, subscribe. U.S. has lost, lost a lot of the world now. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is crazy. I never thought that I would live to see another war. I told everybody, I think it was yesterday, I was in the military during Desert Storm. I was a medical supply specialist. So we were next to be sent over. That was the quickest war ever. However, that made me make up my mind that I didn't want to do this anymore. So as soon as I was able to get out, I did. I don't like the thought of war. I don't like the thought of innocent people. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? The reasons why we have to go to war, but I just don't like it. My heart is just way too big. I'm just too soft. After 23 years in military and I see this, it's a shameless behavior. What? Thank you for your service, sweet Shirley. 23 years. Girl, that's a long time. I got to give it to you. I couldn't do it. I was out. I was out. Yes, I love engagement. I love speaking with the chat. I just love it. I do. So, but I'm almost an hour in, Diamond Gang. Please, y'all, subscribe to the channel. My channel is fairly new. I've been, I think it's like at least, we're going on 7 months. I do want to increase and get my members up, my membership up, because I want to start doing members only lives. Let me see. Just look at Gaza and all that death. It's too bad, and it makes Americans a target. Dangerous tactics. Yeah, Anne-Marie. Yeah, it's crazy. It is so crazy. But for the ones that's in here, can y'all please hit the like button for me before I leave out? And subscribe to the channel. And hopefully one day you'll become a member. And then we can start our members only lives where we could really, really talk about some things. I try to be careful, when it's open like this. But I want to start doing members only so I can have exclusive content for my members. But okay, Diamond Gang, I gotta go. I gotta get up real early for work, so I can't stay any longer. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're getting ready to hit 2K, gang. So I say by, what's today? By Wednesday, we'll be 2K in. I love my audience. Let me tell it, thank you. Let me tell you guys why I love my audience. The sector that I came from was so ratchet, and there was a lot of fighting going on. So it's like, I'll come on tomorrow. I'll definitely come on tomorrow. If I find something, I'll definitely be on when I get off of work. But it was too chaotic. So I left that sector to start something new. And I just love it. I feel like I got my own people, my own thing going on. And I'm happy. I am so, so happy. So you guys mean everything to me. I make sure when I get comments, I reply to every comment. I heart every comment, even if it's to say good morning. I speak back. I just, I do a lot. I do a lot for my subscribers. So make sure you guys subscribe. Keep your notifications on, because you just never know. You said Trump is the best president ever? Glenn, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to it. You are. Let me tell you guys, for the ones that's new here, last week, or it might have been the week before that, my first live on the war, I had an Iranian man come up here, and I let him hit the panel, and he spoke, and he told us why he loved Trump. He said Trump kept good on his promise to them. And I get it. You know what I mean? So, hey, you're free to like who you want to like. And I didn't feel no type of way towards this guy. But yeah, he gave us some, if you guys get a chance, go back and watch my first live on the war. He came up and he spoke for a good while. And he told us everything that was going on in his country and how the government was corrupt. I enjoyed this conversation. So all opinions will be respected over here, regardless of how I feel. So just know that. All right, gang. I gotta go. Oh, I don't even want to leave, but I gotta go. I gotta get up early. All right, Diamond Gang. I will see you guys on the flip side. Keep your notifications on, because I will be live tomorrow. All right, gang. Thanks to my beautiful mods. Shouts out to my subscribers. Shouts out to my new subscribers. And shouts out to the people that just was being nosy and just coming in. All right, gang, I'm out. Bye.
It's your under the degrees. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda the Greek, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda the Greek, shining bright, set the stage. Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea. Sip with me, spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea.